Good morning, hearts. It's Michelle from the Healing Heart. Well, it's good morning here. Oh, there's a terrible glare on my glasses. Okay, I'm going to take these off so it doesn't drive everybody crazy looking at the glare. Okay, and I'm going to light some Palo Santo. So while I'm doing that, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Happy October, everybody. Happy Libra season. My birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to me. Thank you for all the awesome birthday wishes. I haven't even gotten a chance to say thank you because I really like to go and say thank you to each and every person. It means so much to me when everybody takes the time just to say happy birthday to me. To any of us, those little gestures, they mean a lot. But I had a really great day. I am having a lot of trouble lighting this, so we're just going to let this sit for a minute because it seems like my lighter is out. Before we begin, my name is Michelle of the Healing Heart. I call myself the Healing Heart because I am a healer. I'm also a medium, a psychic medium, energy healer, and I'm the Healing Heart because I also do spirit art and spirit portraits and alchemy portraits on different levels of frequency. So frequency healing. So if this is your first time here, thank you and welcome. I like to call myself the Magic Mama, and I'm going to try and light this one more time here. Okay, nuts to that. We're just going to set this over here. Actually, okay, we'll just do this afterwards. All right, so now that I have your attention. So anyway, yes, thank you very much for all the birthday wishes, and I'm going to, at some point today, go down each and every message and say thank you very much because it really means a lot to me. So here we are, October. It's chilly here. I've got my little pumpkin friend in the background. I'm in my temporary office. My new office is being built, and that's a whole other story, but hopefully that will be done by the end of the month, at least before Christmas. I am praying, asking the angels to please help me make sure I've got my new desk. I've got everything all ready to go. I just need to have the floors and a wall built. That's it. Just a wall. Anyway, I'm Canadian and I do love my Tim Hortons coffee. So good morning to you. Good afternoon, like I said, wherever you are. Hope you grab yourself something to drink and sit down and get comfortable. And we'll just have a chat for a couple minutes. I just want to check in because I haven't done a video for a couple weeks now. I think it's been a couple weeks. Time flies by so fast, and I'm sure you have all noticed that, how fast time is flying by. So much going on in the world. I know in the US, not that I'm going to get into politics, but in the US there's a lot of political debate going on, particularly one that occurred last week, and the election coming up. So my thoughts and prayers go to everyone, and not only in the United States, but around the world. For right now is a time that is history that's being made as we speak. And I know there's a lot of people in different situations in their life with uncertainty and not quite sure what the next days will bring. So for that, I send my prayers, I send my love, as we truly are all united. We are all in this together. That being said, I'm going to give you a quick message today. So I'm not going to make this too terribly long. But I want to give you a little shortcut to abundance. A little shortcut to a tip towards peace, and a tip towards feeling more fulfillment and more love in your life. And it's something that you can do right now. It's something that you can do, excuse me, it's something you can do with every interaction that you have with each and every person. What is it? Well, here's the thing. We all have an opportunity to listen. So through each and every day, we're having some sort of communication. Whether that communication be really small for just a brief moment, it could be just an interaction with the person that delivers the mail, or somebody that drops something off the door. It could be an interaction with somebody at a grocery store. It could be a colleague at work, a boss, or somebody that you give direction to. It could be a family member. It could be your significant other. But keep in mind that we live in the world of frequency. We maybe don't see that frequency. Some of us do, but we feel it. And if you don't feel the frequency, know that the energy in the frequency is just like, keep in mind, it's like the radio waves. It's like when you dial a radio station and you tune into a station, you receive music. So we are all like dials and receivers. There are waves and frequency that go out into the universe that comes off of our thoughts, our emotions, our subconscious, our actions, our choices. So when you feel like there's absolutely nothing that you can do in your life right now, you feel stuck, you feel that you're in a cycle, nothing's ever going to get better, why do people always treat me this way? The shortcut is, what are you doing? What's coming out of you? Where are you putting in your energy towards other people? Ooh, it's a little bit chilly. I got my window open. It's definitely October. It is chilly. But where are you putting your action? Do you have a soapbox that you stand on? And what are you doing with that? Are you turning to the person that you care about, that you love, that you're saying, well, I tell them this because I love them, I want to help them? Are you telling them something with compassion? Are you really thinking about what you're saying to that person? Are the actions that you're doing really compassionate? Or are you saying something in order to make them see something? So you may think that you're saying something to somebody else in love, with love. And chances are that's very true. If you're watching this video, chances are you're doing something in love. But unless we take a moment to sit down and really think about how it is that we are coming across to somebody else, unless we slow down and think about how what comes out of us really does affect another person, a shortcut to more fulfillment with us, and this comes in direct line with universal law. Like attracts like, what you put out will come back. Always, always, always. So if you're putting out something that you think is in love, but you're really standing there and putting control on somebody, shaming somebody, really think about how you're saying something. And remember that we are all where we are at. So right now, we can't look at each other with this sense of, I'm right and you're wrong. I'm doing it right and you're doing it wrong. That's not going to fly. It's not going to work. You're going to get much further ahead for yourself if you allow other people to be where they're at. Because keep in mind, each and every person has their own story. They have their own internal dialogue going on. And you may think that you know them inside and out, but nobody else is going to know what's truly deep down inside. So if you have something to say that you think is beneficial for somebody else, think about how you say it to them. How are you delivering it to them? Are you able to give truth to somebody else with compassion? Are you able to give truth to somebody else without judgment? And there's the key. Because if you're hearing this right now and you're saying, well, I just keep saying this to this person and they never hear me, and you're going into judging them as to what they do or why they do it, then there's something there to look at. Because we all have this part of ourselves, and I know I've been through this too, where we may not feel like we're judging somebody, but sometimes our need to control is really fear. It's really fear of something happening. And it comes out in different ways. Sometimes it comes out in really hurtful ways. And you've heard the old saying of, you're going to catch many more flies with honey. Well, not only is that important with each other, but it's also important with ourselves. Being compassionate with ourselves. I hope that makes sense to you. The whole point that I'm trying to put across is, if you have an opportunity to speak to somebody, speak in kindness. Don't assume that you know what somebody else is going through. Don't assume that you know their story. Speak from a place of love. And if you have the experience, if you have the knowledge from something that you've been through that you can share, then share it. But share it without expectation. Share it without judgment. And move on. Because the biggest shortcut is to be able to go forward ourselves, be concerned about ourselves, be compassionate and caring, help each other when we can, but also detach from the expectation that other people are going to do as we wish they would do. Even though we may be able to see something in their lives that seems so clear to us, every person has their path. Every person has their agreements. Every person has the right to discover that within themselves. And there's a lot of that going on right now, and there's really no right or wrong. There is no level of awareness that is better than another. It's just different spaces of awareness, of consciousness. So truly just allowing each other to be, that's unity. No matter what the differences are, that's unity. That's love. And when we can exist like that in this world, in allowance, no matter where each other is at, we're going to get a lot further ahead. So when you're putting that out without expectation, you're going to find that you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel a lot better about yourself. And you're going to find that you're really making choices as to what you're saying, not only to yourself, but to those around you. And you'll find that people will respond a lot more with compassion and kindness and understanding. If you can't find it within yourself to find compassion for what somebody else goes through, whether you agree with it or not, then move on. Because you're only spiraling your own energy if you're focusing on somebody else that you don't agree with. There's a lot of people with their own beliefs, and there is a lot of truths out there. And everybody has a right to believe in what they do. Everybody has a right to do what they do. And it might not be right for you. I say this because I see so many opinions, conversations, and especially with what's going on in the world right now, there's so many people that truly, out of fear, have difficulty understanding one person to the next, or why they believe in what they do, or why they do what they do. So to shortcut ourselves around this, stay in our own lanes, walk with an open mind. Always walk knowing that we all hold a piece of the puzzle. Not one of us has the full picture. No matter what we're channeling from spirit, no matter how clear we are channeling from spirit, no matter how long we've been doing it, or how much information we know, we're all still here as human beings, walking through this experience. And we don't know everything. That's why we're here. So it's, in a way, kind of comforting to know that we all have bits and pieces of the truth. And it's okay to believe what you do, but don't hurt other people for how they are. Well, guys, I must go. That's my short little bit for today and my check-in. Thanks to the new subscribers here. I'm going to come on here again at some point this week. I was up very, very early this morning. I had some trouble sleeping. My little guy, who is 8, and he has autism and sometimes has some rough nights here and there. So he had a little bit of trouble last night. So my husband and I were up with him quite a bit. So we're a little bit wiped this morning. So with that, I love each and every one of you. And I send healing straight from my heart to yours. Have a good day. Bye, hearts.